Man, what's good with the people, man? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. What's good with the people? How's y'all doing on this Teachings Tuesday? You said Teachings Tuesday, bro. What are you talking about? How are we gonna get into it? But before we do, what's good, people? Like he, ha ha. You know what I'm talking about, man? Ken in the pen, man. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Did I say Ken in the pen? I don't know. But if I didn't, go get that stick up in stores now. You can go and get some off of 76 in MacArthur. Giants liquor. You know what I'm talking about? 82nd Hillside Barbershop. You know what I'm talking about? They say somebody put them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. Now you know, because I tell you every day, man. Every day I tell you. But just in case you don't watch me, you come get them things from me, man. You know what I'm talking about? Sprinkler system on you, you know what I'm talking about? Also in stores now. Funkadai trying. Make sure you go get you one, you know what I'm talking about? But if all else fails, and I mean if all else fails, man, you can go and grab you one of them things off of Amazon. Make sure you copy a hardback, you know what I'm talking about? Uh-oh, what's that? Swing that finger, young man. You know what I'm talking about? Come on with it, bruh. Swing, you know what I'm talking about? Worldwide INC, man. Worldwide Incorporated, man. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, bruh. Oh, worldwide. I ain't gonna say what does that mean. I'm gonna continuously tell you it means everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody included. And Dugu, Mike, Cutthroat, Lil Rue, not Lil Rude, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player. That's who comes next, bruh. Same thing, bruh. All my folks on the bottom of that thing, all my folks on the top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through these disclaimers. You know what I'm talking about? But before we do that, you know what I'm talking about, right? What mama says and mama always says. Hold on, man. I ain't even got my mama says brush. Mama says and mama always says. Mama says and mama always says, boy. Breast and whiskers when you want to see that boy. Even if they got a hole in them, you know what I'm talking about? Coffee cracker. Classic roast. Piping hot. Piping hot. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through these disclaimers. As a good brother like myself, and I mean a good brother like myself, I don't promote no drug users. Good brother like myself, good brother like myself. I don't promote no drug sellage. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, good brother like myself. I don't promote no alcohol consumption. You know what I'm talking about? Don't take a sip of the sippers. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. I don't promote no crime. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. I don't promote no violence. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. I don't promote no domestic violence. No, no, no. Keep your hands off the people. People. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Promote. You know what I'm talking about? No. Negativity. You know what I'm talking about? No. You know what I'm talking about? No. No. You know what I'm talking about? No. Me, man, I don't promote shit. They was talking to me, man, I don't promote shit. All I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Young ladies and gentlemen, make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much of it we got, young ladies and gentlemen. But a good brother like myself, he don't talk, man, I ain't prejudiced. A good brother like myself, I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man. No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about? A good brother like myself, I ain't got nothing against the little people. You know what I'm talking about? No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about, me, man? I ain't got no problems with nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me. Man, I just love me some everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? That love. You know what I'm talking about? That love. Back to YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here. Fuck with your partner, man. Check it out, man. Come fuck with a nigga one time. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, what's good with y'all on this Teachings Tuesday? You say Teachings Tuesday? What are you talking about, baby? Because we gonna get into it. Shout out all the slow people on the ring. They'll never catch me. I see. Fuck it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Look, this should be a short one. You say Teachings Tuesday? Yeah, man. Teachings Tuesday. I say, what do you mean, baby? Because now, look, as people, all we know really is what we've been taught, what we have absorbed through our minds since we've been little, right? And that's why I tell you sometimes that it's good to get an understanding, because like somebody might be doing some shit that they don't even realize that they're doing. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something that I see frequently in this day and age right here is we don't never really get that understanding with people. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody does something, we take it a certain way, and then we just react. You know what I mean? Without getting an understanding. We're like, hold on, man. What is you doing? What's going on? You get what I'm saying? That's why it's kind of good to get an understanding. If somebody asked me something the other day, so teachings, I got to teach you this. When I say it ain't no use to talk, bro, I'm not talking about an understanding, bro. I'm not talking about to get an understanding. I'm talking about it ain't no use to talk. You come up here talking about what you gonna do to a motherfucker and all that shit, bro. That shit is what I'm telling you, don't do no good, bro. You could talk until you blue in the face, bro. You can send as many threats until you blue in the face. That's what I mean by it ain't no use to talk that way, bro. It ain't. There's never nothing wrong with getting an understanding, bro. You should look forward to getting an understanding. You know what I'm talking about? That's really how you can get shit smooth. But on these Teachings Tuesday, man, like I say, all we know is what we've been taught and what we absorbed our years on life, right? And sometimes this is how you get a brainwashing without you knowing you get a brainwashing. Because this determined on what you done intake on growing up. You know what I'm talking about? You might be one of the motherfuckers who I know y'all done seen that shit before. Nigga fall into a family with nigga they looking for Bigfoot and shit. So your whole life nigga been spent in woods and shit, nigga, cause your mama and daddy trying to find Bigfoot, man. So that might be your teachings, you know what I'm talking about? But your teachings is kind of what's gonna shape and mold you, bruh. So it's gonna be the shit that like your mama and your daddy and them taught you. I'm talking about your elders, you know, I'm talking about just the elders who you might have learned something from, might not even been related to. It's gonna be that when you coming up, and then it's gonna be the part when you start just learning shit yourself. When you start teaching your shit yourself. You get what I'm saying? And all that shit combined is gonna kind of shape the motherfucker you is, right? But I'm just here to tell you, man, because a lot of us, we got a fucked up brainwashing from our parents. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just the world when you was little. Because they told you this, they told you that. That's why that Bible is, you gonna say, bro, there you go about that Bible again. No, I just think that's one of the, you know what I'm saying? The way just people use it, I guess. You know what I'm talking about? And you say, what's this? I'm gonna tell you what prompted this. I was watching a movie last night, right? And it was zombies and shit and everybody trying to run. Niggas is snatching motherfuckers up out their car and shit, right? So it was this old lady driving the van and shit. Nigga run up on him talking about his family. Could you help me? He come in distress. He looking worried and shit. He used the first try. He tried to play her the first way. My family there. You have kids, don't you? And he tried to play on her with the kids. Then she wouldn't totally bite on the kids. You get what I'm saying? But he loosened her up with that one. Then he seen that wouldn't work all the way, but he seen he struck a hard nerve with that one. You know what I'm talking about? So then he went to something else. He was still trying to play on her about the kids. Then when she really wasn't fucking with him, he asked, "Are you a Christian?" And that stopped her. You get what I'm saying? She said, "Yeah." Then the nigga started reciting Bible verses and shit. Then the nigga talked the bitch into letting her drive the van, man. As soon as the man got behind the driver wheel, man, he kicked that lady out of her car, man. He said, "Get out, bitch, before I beat your fucking face in," and start talking to the old lady all kind of crazy and some more shit. And I said all that just to say, that's how they'll play you. You know what I mean? That nigga went down the line of everything that bitch might be worried about. First he started off on the kids. He tried to play her with that. That didn't get her all the way. Then he asked her, well, are you a Christian? Then he started reciting shit out the Bible. That's what loosened her up. And as soon as she put her motherfucking guard down, he kicked her out of her car, bro. But that's how he eased up on her with that shit right there. And that, I'm just like, man, shit crazy as a motherfucker, folks. Because let me tell you something, man. And I'm not no expert at reading the Bible. But I know, mother, it's somewhere in that motherfucker where it tells you to use your own common sense. And that's all I'm trying to say. Whether will we taught or will we not taught, bro, it's gonna come a time in life where you gotta just use your own common sense, bro. You can't say, well, it says this in the Bible to be nice to people and all that shit. Then you let a motherfucker inside your car and they kick you out. You can't let people slide them invisible brainwashings in on you, bro. You can't let people, you get what I'm saying? You can't be, just because somebody know the Bible back and forth, man, that don't make them a good person. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't. It doesn't make them a good person, bruh. And all I'm saying is, at some time, you're going to have to use your own motherfucking common sense, bruh. Whether somebody talking that good shit or not, you just going to have to use your own common sense. And you're going to have to see that shit, nah, something funny about this shit right here, bruh. Because if you don't, I always tell you this, man, you're gonna get zapped through your brainwashing. Whatever you like, whatever you admire, all that shit right there, that's what you're gonna get zapped through. That's how somebody gonna play you, through what you admire. And like in today's world, that's what we do. That's how we always get played. You know what I'm talking about? This is how we always get played. They'll come up there with your favorite artist doing something, ain't he? Either selling the book or just doing something that your favorite artist that's rich needs you to send them some money for. And since that's your favorite artist, for some reason you want to support their movement. And that's why it's Teachings Tuesday. At some point, folks, you gotta learn to stop putting people in front of yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you what they teaching us today. They teaching you not to I keep telling you this, really believe in yourself. They're really teaching you how everybody is more important than you, and you way down here while everybody else is way up here, and you should just celebrate everybody way up here. You get what I'm saying? So on this Teachings Tuesday, let me teach you something real quick, folks. If you're doing something, I wouldn't give a fuck what it is. Drawing, just anything that you're doing, folks. You should just you should just be happy with that, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You should be happy with the shit you created. You get what I'm saying? You should just be happy in your work. You should be thrilled with your work. So say you wrote a rap and you know your rap was good, bro. You should just be thrilled with that. You shouldn't be thrilled by your rap just because somebody shot you out. You shouldn't be more thrilled that a celebrity shouted you out than you should be within your motherfucking self and about your work. Just you creating your work, bro. You should have that feeling right there, bro. You shouldn't be more ecstatic or elated, however the fuck you say that word, if Jay-Z or somebody gave you props and said, man, that was a good rap. And that's when you feel good about your shit. You should feel good about your shit when you wrote it, bro. And that's all I'm saying, bro, on this Teachings Tuesday. Because what they teaching you now is how to put everything in front of yourself. How to defer to everything else. They're really teaching you how to kiss ass. You know what I'm talking about? And bootlick until you get your turn. That's what they teaching you. You know what I'm talking about? They're killing your creativity. Just the world, folks. They just got everything. They want everything the same. They want everybody thinking the same and all that shit. But on this Teachings Tuesday, bro, whatever the fuck you was taught and you retain, bro, that's how you gonna fare on earth. The way you look at life, how your rationalizations is and shit in your head, that's how far you gonna make it on earth, bro. Like I said, you either gonna star in your own movie or you gonna play supporting cast. You might fuck around and just be an extra in somebody else's shit if you don't look out. But whatever they done taught you, bro, is what you done learn from when you was little into the shit you start learning yourself, and you done combine all that. When See, I knew when I was little though it was a bunch of bullshit being passed around. Cause I was just watching shit that shit just didn't add up to me, never did. So you could never get me with that shit, even as a kid. You know what I'm talking about? I knew y'all was full of shit, just saying shit. Because y'all had something to do. You couldn't get me with that. I know when you throwing the nigga a frisbee. You feel me? Anytime a motherfucker gotta bribe you with something to leave, I knew that was game right there. Like motherfuckers say, oh, don't worry about nothing, I'll be right back with ice cream. When motherfuckers start saying, and you wasn't going to the store before that, it wasn't like y'all was going to the grocery store and you said you was bringing some ice cream back. Y'all was dressed up and shit, finna, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all was finna bend the corner, you know what I'm talking about? So y'all just threw a frisbee. Don't worry about nothing, we'll be right back. You know what I'm talking about? We'll bring you ice cream. See, I knew when the motherfucker had to bribe you, I knew it was some game jumping off right then. Man, you motherfuckers ain't finna bring no ice cream, man, please, nigga. Niggas finna bring back a fifth. You know what I'm talking about? Bag of that shit. That's what motherfucker finna bring back. A fifth in a bag of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga ain't a bit more, no think about no ice cream, nor no kids, man. They was dressed up, man. Had on Sunday finals, man. I've been peeping shit like that since I was little. You get what I'm saying? But you in your own life, folks, that's why it's real important to be real rounded, man. It just is. It's real important to have common sense, folks. It just is. You get what I'm saying? Because in the just the shit we do now as a whole around the world, bro, it's like I don't know. I could just say it's just like we not using our common sense. That's the best way to put it, without offending everybody or anybody. You know what I mean? We ain't using our common sense, man. We act like we don't know nothing. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of us is going against our actual teachings. The shit that we was taught not to do. We sitting up here doing it. We just like fuck it because the world is a free for all. So we just like fuck it. We know we ain't supposed to be doing this. You know what I'm talking about? I know I'm wrong, but fuck it. And that's the point we getting to. And I don't know who taught y'all that. I'm talking about real life. I don't know who taught y'all that. I ain't never understood how, like, if you wrong, I don't understand, because this shit is going on everywhere in the world. I'm talking about outside. It's like motherfuckers is actually arguing, you know, that wrong and right shit is a matter of opinion. But if you know you out of pocket, you can't argue that, y'all. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we getting to now. Like, we broke the car, bro. Just acknowledge you broke the car. I don't know, you had a car accident or something. Just acknowledge that you had an accident, bro. Don't sit up there and try to, well, it was my fault. They was going too fast, bro. You rear-ended somebody. You get what I'm saying? And you gonna come back talking about, well, they was going too slow. It was, come on, folks, you just wrecked. You just wrecked the car, folks. And the sooner you realize what you did, bro, the sooner you could fix what you did. You feel me? You can fix that with inside yourself. You might have not been paying attention. You might have been on your phone texting. Whatever the fuck it was you was doing not to pay attention, once you realize that's what you was doing and that's how you wrecked the car, maybe you can stop doing the shit that caused that. But just sitting there arguing the point, talking about what you ain't did and blaming everything on, that's not going to help you. It's not going to fix yourself, bro. All you creating is a built-in excuse. So whatever situation you continually end up in is never going to be your fault. Even though that right and the fault and you wrong and all that, that shit is a matter of opinion. But if you just not accountable for the shit you did, bro, you never will be. It'll always be something else. It'll never be you. But everywhere you go, I promise shit gonna follow you. Shit just gonna follow you. Wherever you go, it's gonna be that same type of shit. Wherever the fuck you go. It's gonna be the same shit. It's gonna be a different person, same shit, no matter where you go. And that ain't gonna really help you. You get what I'm saying? It ain't. It's really just gonna make her. It's It's just gonna make people not want to fuck with you. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna be hard for you to network when you like that. You feel me? It just is. Because you'll fuck off more of your opportunities with your motherfucking mouth than anything else. You just will. Your ways will fuck your opportunities up for you, folks. Here go another one of them cliche, y'all know that saying what they was, don't argue with fools. Because from a distance, a motherfucker can't tell which one is the fool. You get what I'm saying? Y'all both just look stupid. That's why they say don't argue with fools. Somebody said that in the rap. Who was it? Jay-Z? Don't argue with fools, because from a distance, one can't tell who was who. You know what I'm talking about? That's why you don't argue with fools. And before I get up out of here, because this is the probably the worst thing they teaching us today, and that's just why it's Teachings Tuesday. Because even everything that we've been taught, bro, we starting to go against that. We starting to have some kind of new curriculum going on out here, man. You know what I'm talking about? That we studying. You get what I'm saying? And shit like that there. And it's fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Because one thing they teaching us now is to like fight with your mouth. And I mean, in some instances, you can. And it's called for. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes it is, bro, but a lot of times it's not, because you really like, you get something solved when you trying to get an understanding. You get what I'm saying? So we both level here and we come here, ain't nobody biased. We just trying to get to the bottom of the problem so we can move on. That's trying to get an understanding. You get what I'm saying? But all that other talking just causing chaos and fuck you and I'm just saying any old thing out your mouth, bro. That's what they teaching us, and that's not cool. It's not, bro. That's not cool just to say anything out your mouth, because for one thing, there's just no reason to do that. It's not. But somehow they done made that cool. So now, I'm gonna talk about this shit for just a second. Using this shit. So now what motherfuckers will do is jump out from behind that 89 Honda Civic like somebody baby mama and come up to this motherfucker and spew and spat all that bullshit up out their mouth, y'all. You get what I'm saying? And that's just not cool. And I'm talking about the real world again. Because the real world people is watching motherfuckers up here and it's entertaining. You know what I'm talking about? I guess it's entertaining as a motherfucker. So people is looking at that shit and they reenacting it, folks. If you paying attention, you ain't noticed how loud her bitches got and throwing shit and all that shit after that housewives shit. You ain't peep how people start reenacting that shit in real life. Now it's the cool thing to roll up on the motherfucker talking hella loud, tipping shit over, throwing shit, because this is what you watching on TV. So in the real world, I just think people up here watching this shit and they taking that shit to their real life, bruh. Because there's just too much of that shit going around on earth, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? So I just say, man, you know what I'm talking about? Just watch what you learn, folks. Because behaviors is learned, bruh. You get what I'm saying? And it's a lot of it's really not that way. It's almost like a motherfucker is trying to be, is trying to impress the cool kids or something. So you doing hella shit that you don't even do. You get what I'm saying? Trying to be accepted or something, man. That's why it's just good to be yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Because this is one thing I will tell you before I get up out of here, man. It's way easier to lose yourself than it is to find yourself after your loss. But what do I know? You know what I'm talking about, man? And with that one right there, man, only you could prevent forest fires, man. And if you don't remember nothing else, and I remember nothing else, always remember, it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love.